The Quench, where you ask, we answer.
So in the book of Proverbs, 27 verse 5 to 6, it says, better is open rebuke than hidden love. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. So essentially, this is to tell you that it is essential for your friends to have an opinion. Okay? Because most of your friends, we assume, if they're good people, they're expressing their opinions in love. They're expressing their opinions about you and your romantic relationship out of love. And I'm going back to the audience and I'm asking my audience, what are some of the ways that friendships can ruin your relationship?
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I think when you talk of committee, it starts down with the family. Because the moment I grow up, my parents will tell me I'm not supposed to marry from this group of people.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to marry. Let's say, for example, I've gone to school. They don't expect me to marry a class 8 dropout. Okay. In fact, when I come with that lady at home, they won't be happy with her. So committee starts with the immediate family. And then immediately after parents have made that decision, now after choosing the right partner, that's where friends come in. The friends are the ones who will give you the red flags of this relationship. The friends are the ones who will tell you what you don't know about this relationship. What you don't know about this, it is your personal relationship. How your friends... I tend to believe when we are in love, the two of us, probably we are obsessed with it. And number one, obsession. I won't see the flaws on her end and she won't see the flaws on my end. But the friends will easily note that kind of behavior. So they'll give you the red flag. They tell you, baby, this lady, by this is not good. Kama hayuko na wewe, he's roaming with another guy somewhere. Okay. And since you are obsessed, you'll never notice. Okay. These just are people, they're just talking. Yeah. Right. What are some other ways that friends can ruin your relationship? Apart from the one that he has said, that friends start from your family. And essentially, when we talk about family, we're talking about the standards that the family has set for us, right? So you're told, don't fall in love with a woman that is a class 8 dropout when you've gotten all the way to college. Don't fall in love with a person from this tribe if you come from tribal homes. While as Christians, we are against all of these biases. These people affect our thinking. Do they not? They do. All right, so I want to get a few views. Please pass the microphone to Florence. I want to get her views.
If you have a committee, I believe you have people who can help build you. Okay. I don't think there's a committee somewhere. I don't think there are people somewhere calling themselves a committee yet. They are there to destroy. You know, if I have a committee of women, of course we do have committees. I go to them to seek shelter, advice. Maybe ask, if I've met this guy, the way we have been told, maybe there's some information I might not know about this guy, but my friends do have. Okay. They tell me, by the way, this guy I dated last year. You can be even sharing men. Why not come to the committee and bring that man? If you're proudly dating that man, bring that man to us. You know, committee, we are there to vet. You're there to vet. We are there to vet. Tunaamua if it's a I, nay. We can vet negatively, of course. We decide physically, yes. Akili kidogo no. But mostly I'd say, what do you feel? A good person will always ask you, wewe unaonaje? At the end of the day, this is your man. This is someone you want to stay with. Do you feel like you will be contented with this man? Apart from the information I am bringing on the table, because at times we can be so much in love that I will not listen to you. I will not listen to you. Have you ever advised someone who's in love?
You're talking out of experience.
Of course. So committee is
essential.
Yes, it is.
Yes. But Rasa seems to disagree or agree. I'm not quite sure.
I think number one, committee can also ruin your relationship.
They definitely can.
I am not serious and the lady is serious and I have my personal committee, they'll definitely know I'm not serious with this lady. So they might even end up approaching her because they see some good qualities in her, yet I'm joking.
All right. So that being said, before we move on, so I'm seeing a few more hands. I want to take it back to the audience. And you remember those thoughts we had put on hold? Let us go back to them. Is there a difference between male friend groups and female friend groups? And I want to just quote Baraza and also want to quote Florence. Florence said, Vivette, yeah? Vivette. And she said, committees are a good thing. It's essential for you, for the people around you, because she said, essentially, these are people that you trust, people that want the best for you. And she said, so you should always introduce your partner to the committee so that they can tell you their views. Baraza never says, yes, I agree, but sometimes they might even approach the lady and tell her this is not what is, and this is what is. Do you think, with that being said, that there's a difference between male friend groups and female friend groups?
Yes, there are. If I would say, the way God created man is different from the way he created woman. That is, in as far as the wiring is concerned. And yes, men are jealous, have jealousy. That is, if like today I realize that somebody is trying to approach my wife, I would feel very bad.
Yes, definitely.
But if you look at the women, there are girls who look at you, a man has come and approached you and they feel like, no, you should not get married and leave us here. Why are you getting married to that man and he's my man? All that, and you might get the negative information. Men, one thing, they can do analysis and they feel like, no, this man marrying that girl with the kind of a life he has lived, we think this is not right. So he should not marry that girl unless the girl insists that I must get married to that man. So there's that difference. It's not that it's out of jealousy. The committee of, if a man tells you this is not right, rarely are they going to do that because they want to beat you at that game. But I know with the women, they will say because they are not interested in you getting married or getting to achieve whatever you want to achieve.
So you're bringing about a very important point that women have jealous issues. Is that true?
Yes.
Some.
It's funny that I'm getting the message from the group, yet majority of the people are women here. Now, tell us, what is your view on the difference between male friend groups and female friend groups, noting what both Florence and Baraza said?
Opinion yangu ni, kama niko na marafiki, au the ladies, na maybe others are jealous, najua ikosangi. Ikosangi kuna wenye wanakutakia vizuri, kuna wenye wakutaki, kuna wenye wako genuine. And in that account, naweza omba tu Mungu akusaidie, you are able to discern. You have the Spirit of God who will help you. Ndio wasikwambie this man is bad, then auone ni jealousy. Ama ikuwe kuna ukweli yenye iko hapo. So first thing Mungu akusaidie ni ukuwe na hiyo discerning ya kujua. Because friends are good. Kuna kitu wataona maybe yenye haungeona. So you personally hata ukipewa, ujiite mkutano, uanalyze hizo mambo, ufikirie, then you pray God to help you.
It is important.
Yes.
Such a personal meeting is very important for you to analyze what are these people saying. Do they know this person as I'm saying? Now, there's a point that you have not addressed and you mentioned, and it was very categorical. You said that sometimes in friendships, in those groups of friendships, there might be someone who's ill-intended. Okay? And you also added that it is important for you to introduce these people because they might say something that you do not know.
Right.
Yeah. So it feels like you're giving us a corner that we are not working in. How do you discern what is right and what is wrong from your friends?
What I would say is, one, if we are defining this person as a friend, and really this person meets the qualification of a friend, then that means, one, they are not going to leave you because you've gotten yourself into that next level. They would want to work with you. Even if possibly you've left them a step, you've done a step forward and they are remaining in the step where you are standing. There are those ones who congratulate and celebrate with you.
Yes.
But there are those ones who feel like, why should you leave me behind?
Are these ones friends?
Yeah, they are friends. There's that element of feeling like, no, we need to move together. You see that mentality where the mob thinking that you have a friend. If this person is really a friend, at times you want to move together like you are twins. That if I want to do this, also my friend wants to do the same thing. So we have that. But again, I would quickly say it's important to mix those friends so that you don't just have peers, people who are of the same class, you're of the same class, so that some of them are ahead of you, others could be behind, and so that you can have a good, you call it a committee if you wish.
A committee, yes.
So that each one of them will give their opinions depending on where they're standing and depending on the lenses they are using. Then you'll be able now to go and do your analysis. But if you'd allow me, I would also say that when you are doing that, it is also very important that we got to listen to the inner person.
Yes.
We talk of to the guts that you know exactly what you want. So whatever you want, if it is there, the only thing you can do is with the advice you've been given, then you only need wisdom on how now to handle that matter going forward.
Yes.
But you cannot say that because somebody has told me that Karanja is a very bad person, I drop. Because those people who are married, they know if you sit there with your spouse, they will tell you, this is what I was told. And you also say, this is what I was told. But you decided, besides what I was told and besides what she was told, we decided that we can move forward and use godly wisdom to move forward, because you will not find any human being perfect. And those imperfections are the ones that at times the committee will bring out and paint as though they are so bad, and this person should not be living even in the planet Earth. He should be in a different continent, a different planet.
Now, going back to my audience and the people at home, let's talk about stereotypes. Now, Baraza mentioned a key point, and he said that your committee could be even your family. You're talking about your cousins, you're talking about your parents, your sisters, and your brothers. And we're talking about the standards that are set for you. What are some of the standards that light a bulb that these people don't want what is good for me? What are some of the overrated standards? And I'm going to quote one. Like, if someone tells you, do not marry people from this tribe, that is just pointing tribalism. What are some of the other standards, and can you give examples of scenarios even as we move forward, talking about committees, so that those ones at home and those ones that are in here can learn a thing or two?
What I'll say is what my former classmates used to tell me. Like in the high school I was, and I'm sorry to say so, like how we used to say, like, tutaki tutaolewa na Waluya, blah blah blah, because like so uko kwingi kuko na uchawi, blah blah blah, something like that. So like
pure stereotypes.
Yeah, wakisi, like kuna ile tu, like unajua vile sisi ma high schoolers sasa mnapiananga pressure, like mi huyu staki. So like hata mimi ilikuje kani hit, nikasema staki Mluya, staki Mkisi, nataka mtu mwenye tunajengana, like even hadi familia to a point, nika lead to my mom pia ananiambia Waluya na wabaya. Like unaona hadi mzazi ashaingia ndani yako, like hata yeye amekataa. So like alafu such a bad thing kafanyika, nikapendana na Mluya. So like I don't know what to do. Sijasema imefanyika, I'm giving an example. Like nakumbuka what I used to say, Mluya, like remember my mom's words, Waluya ni wabaya. Naona tu inabidi tu I just let him go. Maybe it was God's doing, he ordained him for me, na nimeacha iende.
Okay. I want someone else to give us. Japheth, please give us another stereotype.
Kuna hii stereotype ya kusemekana ukioa mwanamke ambaye ni mkonde na ni mfupi. Yani ile kisirani unapeleka kwa nyumba, au utajitoa hapo. Paka saa nyingine ukienda kupatana na mtu mkonde, ayo unajiuliza, ama kisirani ile.
Yes. That is a very common stereotype. We're talking about height. And body shapes.
Hi. I'm Blessed Naomi. Japheth amesema yangu, but to add on what he has said, another stereotype is kwa hii generation tuko, people are looking at classes.
So, social classes.
Yeah.
Money, the amount of money you have.
Sure. So ukienda kupeleka mse, as in umepatana chali umpeleke kwa mabeshte, usikia kuna pesa kukuliko huyo, anakutumia hata kudam tu sijui nini. Yeah.
I want our audience, our panelists, as we are winding up, to give us parting shots on that. How do you circumvent your friends telling you about something that is clearly stereotyped? Something that is clearly stereotyped. For instance, you have brought a girl to your friends and they're like, she's short and she's slender, as Japhet was saying. That is, you are, what? A noise, in the house, okay? So someone brings to you a gentleman, he's, for instance, shorter than you, and you're like, you can't marry a man that is shorter than you. So these are stereotypes that your committee will use. And you see, once they start saying that, they'll have other things to back it up. But this one is the main one. How do you go about that as a young Christian and as a young person, as we wind up?
Thank you very much. What I would say is on that one, when it comes to you have made up your mind you want to get married, height should not matter. But I would say very fast. There are certain, I talked of core, there are things that you cannot change as a person, regardless of who tells you. I would give an example, if you allow me to. I wanted to marry a dark girl, which I did. So there is no way that anybody would have come, even if the whole family and the whole world would come and tell me to marry a brown girl or a light-skinned girl. I would not have done that. And that was core in as far as I'm concerned. So there are certain cores that you should have in life. That is, on this one, even if I'm going to be advised, I cannot listen to that this one comes from this tribe, this one comes from this, is short. In you is the kind of a perfect person that you feel. Because that image, you already have it. At a certain age, you already know the kind of a person you want to live with as a spouse in life. And nobody can change that. If you get something contrary to what you had in your heart, you keep looking for that which you denied your heart, because it's there. And that is how somebody will come and you know this one will not. Who are Toshimboga. Another one will come and you think of huyu karibu anakaribia what I've wanted. Lakini kuna kitu kinakosa. Until you get the right one. Not that you think of somebody who is out of this world, not an angel, but a person. Actually, that thing is in the heart. So even if you're going to be given all those stereotypes, don't marry somebody who is thin, don't marry somebody who is short, light-skinned, from whatever area of the country, from whatever area of the world, those ones are not good, these ones are good. You will still go to those areas and find that we have bad ones who are sized like that. Yeah, so that cannot be the basis of making a decision. And that's why we said, after all has been said and done by the committee, you again sit and analyze and see, is this exactly what I wanted? So at times you go against the advice of the committee if one of the items they have touched is a pillar in as far as the definition of who you are is concerned.
All right, how about you? You tell us, as a parting shot and advice to the young people here and at home, what happens if the reasons that your committee is giving you to leave that young man or to leave that young woman are clear stereotypes? What do you do? How do you circumvent that?
Mi naeza put it in very short words. Nikwambie, huwezi satisfy watu. Utatafuta mrefu, wakwambia fadhali mfupi. Utatafuta light skin, wakwambia fadhali darker kidogo. So, you know what you want and go for what you want. Sindio? Because hata kuna saying inasemaga, once man's meat is another one's alafu the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So know what you want, lakini kuna mambo huwezi change, mambo ya Mungu kama tribe, color, nini hizo. Lakini hivi na hivi unaweza change, si ndio? So angalia kitu yenyewe kenye wewe unataka. Na kenye huwezi change hata ikae haijakufanywa nini? Ikae hivyo. To the advice ya wenye wanataka kuoa na wenye wanataka kuingia katika ndoa. Just go with your own mind. Na hata ukiambiwa hizo zote, jiite peke yako. Fikiria, what do I want? Hata kama ni wazazi, unajua tumeona pia kuna zingine zimepingwa mpaka na wazazi, unaona kabisa na hawana that ground mzuri. So ujue what do I want, na ujue ni fight iko, ujue ni nini inapiganwa nayo. So hizo vitu zote uanalyze peke yako, na mostly pia uweke Mungu mbele atakusaidia.
Okay, nice. That was really lovely. And I guess the point that we're taking home today is that committees do have an influence in our relationships, positive and negative. The most important thing is to discern what is right and what is wrong. Okay? Sit back, analyze, They're telling me he's too tall, he's too dark. They're telling me he's too broke. They're telling me all of these things. What is it that I see? Okay? And look at it keenly, because as Baraza said, you might be too obsessed and too blind in love. And with that, I think we culminate our episode for today. And I want to leave you with a Bible verse. In the books of Proverbs, Proverbs 25 verse 17, it says, seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, too much of you and he will hate you. Stop meddling in people's business too much. It will become excessive. And with that, my name is WANGECHI KARIMI. This was The Quench with MBCI TV.
The Quench, where you ask, we answer.